It is important that you do not project your consciousness onto others, especially abusers. And pathological narcissists are abusers. They exist in victim-abuser consciousness, which means that any relationship that you get into with them will be a victim-abuser type 1. Why? Because they are based in shame and unable to move past their pride. That's the disorder. So people, I want to remind you that if you made your way to NarcDojo, and NarcDojo essentially is a doorless class. You see, a Shinto doesn't have a door. The NarcDojo symbol, it doesn't have a door. Because what it truly is you do not come here unless you are at a certain vibration. And that vibration, people, the door is at the 4th dimension. So the only people that can truly come through this door and stay here are the people that have the courage to ascend. That's why you don't really see narcissists hanging out here. Narcissists don't like light. Narcissists hate light, people. They hate light. They hate goodness. So you're dealing with someone with a rigid type of perfectionism. They believe that they're perfect, and since they can't let go of pride, they cannot get to courage. They cannot get to the 4th dimension. And know that transformation and growth happens at the 4th dimension or higher. Because again, we're always growing. We're always working on ourselves. We are ascending. 40, 5D, 60, etc. We are here to expand, but pathological narcissists are stuck in an contracted state. Because people, remember that on this channel we talk about pathological narcissism, personal development, spirituality, and raising your awareness so that you can identify and avoid these toxic personality types. So you don't identify and commune with a narcissist. You don't commune with a narcissist. They don't want your communion. Narcissists hate light. They hate goodness. They hate purity. They hate authenticity. You can't commune with a personality type like that. They don't like you. They believe that your kindness is a weakness. This is the psyche. This is the psychology of a pathological narcissist. This is how they think. These are the thoughts that are generated in their mind. That is the vibration that they operate at when you have the ability to ascend. You can get the courage to ascend. You can get the courage to raise your vibration and heal and grow. But pathological narcissism, people have a type of psycho-spiritual arrested development. So know that you are dealing with Peter Pans or Patricia Pans. They did not make it to adulthood. They failed the individuation process. They failed the initiation process. You grew up. That's the difference. And you cannot ask people with arrested development to behave like sane, sentient, stable adults because they are not adults internally. They have arrested development and they stop developing internally somewhere between their turbo 2s to 12 years old and let's say on average about 5, 6, or 7. Because they throw tantrums. Toddlers throw tantrums. So somewhere near to their toddler years, things went amiss. Things went awry. They checked out and they did not check back in. And when they checked out of the spirit realm, when they checked out of the true self, the true inner light, people, a false self was created. And this is the maladaptive ego. That's the mask. And that is what you are interacting with. We were interacting with a mask, the figment of a child's imagination now existing inside of an adult's body. And that very well may be mind-boggling to those with fresh wounds. And fresh wounds, people, is those with, let's say, wounds. You went no contact about 9 months ago or less. So those are fresh wounds because you still haven't figured out a lot of things yet. And you'll heal with time as you address your childhood trauma. But especially people, again, where you are fresh out of these entanglements, know that you're dealing with someone with arrested development. There's nothing that you could have done differently. And narcissists have to project. They have to project because they cannot self-reflect, and they cannot self-reflect because they don't have a self. That's the disorder. What they have is a false self. A false self cannot self-reflect. So they have to project, they have to gaslight, they have to blame you for everything that is going wrong in their life, because that's the disorder. It is an ego. It is a mask. It was mirroring you.
Ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
Yes, I know this, but I would like to know about you. What do you like to do?
Whatever you like.
What kind of music do you like?
Whatever kind of music you like.
What's the ego? The ego is a mind-made construct, you see. An amalgam of thoughts that became a negative belief system that manifested itself in an egoic construct. So they believe that they are their ego. They believe that they are their mind, and since you are dealing with someone that believes that they are their mind, then they are losing their minds. Narcissists are not that deep. They're based in shame, and they're unable to move past their pride. Pride comes right before the fall. They fall right back down to shame. That is the vibration of the pathological narcissist, people. So do not project your consciousness. They are not at your level of consciousness. Stop projecting. Start discerning. Because projection, and what it is called here, is positive projection. Because you're giving good qualities to someone that does not have good qualities. You think they have good character because you have a good character. You think they have morals because you have morals. You think they have morals? They don't have morals. They are amoral. They're immoral. They have poor character. So while you're projecting all of this positivity onto a narcissist, people, the narcissist is a negative entity. You're stuck in a negative state. That is the vibration. Life is spiritual. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. Wake up. Stop projecting. Start discerning. And if you are discerning how narcissists are using their tools, because you have tools, you have a mind, you have a will, you have emotions. If you're a spiritual being, you have tools. So they have tools. So if you look behind the physical veil and discern the spirit that you're interacting with, you will see that you're dealing with an evil spirit. And simply put, an evil spirit uses their mind for evil, they use their emotions for evil, and they use their will for evil. And that is what you will see at the physical realm, because that is what we were dealing with. Abandon ship, people, if you are dealing with a narcissist, and this means that you must go no contact or go gray rock until you can go no contact, because you cannot grow with destructive energy.